Hey, today I want to talk about the ego. I want to talk about the ego's needs and what it really is. I'm going to do this in very simple terms, okay? So just bear with me. When we hear the word ego, what do we typically think? We think of something negative, right? We hear phrases like, you have a big ego, you have a fragile ego, or you need to attain ego death. But why? If we have an ego, shouldn't we have one for a reason? Why do we have it in the first place? The ego is the brain's way of forming a foundational identity in the world. As humans, we deeply crave meaning and feeling grounded. The ego is designed to do just that. But how and why? Well, the how is stories and narrative, feeding us validation. Kind of like how our bodies eat protein, carbs, fats to get calories. Well, we consume all sorts of stories and narratives to get validation, right? And just like there's healthier versions of these foods and healthier versions of these nutrients, there's unhealthy versions like processed sugar. You see where this is going. So the processed sugar becomes addicting. It's cheaper and it's widely available. Having healthy carbs and healthy nutrients typically takes more time if you're making it yourself, or may cost more money. And it doesn't always taste as good as the simple stuff, even though it does taste way better if you get used to it. So what does that mean? Our minds are designed to obtain validation. That's not the issue. The issue isn't that the ego needs validation. It's the quality of validation and where we're getting it from and how often we seek it. So instead of getting rid of the ego or ignoring the ego, build a healthier relationship with your ego, just like you do when you're dieting. If you know you have health issues, you eat foods that you know are going to help you. You eat foods that you know your body's going to need, right? And think of developing your own nutritional balance within yourself. You're feeding yourself better stories. This typically is very difficult and it's a lot longer to do, and a lot of people need therapy to do this. But you need to understand the simple aspect that in order to have better security in yourself, you need to start telling yourself better stories. A lot of us are telling really bad stories to ourselves that are feeding us, and even if they're harmful to us, we would rather have those stories because they're easier. We also seek cheap validation online. Social media is a great place, right? We seek validation through likes, comments, status, looks, money, all that kind of stuff is very easy validation to obtain. But all it does is empty calories. It's not really doing anything for you except temporarily satiating your hunger and making you feel good about yourself for a little bit until those hunger pangs come back. But when you're on a balanced, nutrient-rich diet, you actually don't feel hunger anymore. You just know when it's time to eat and know when it's time to not eat. You're not starving, you're not craving food. We're not supposed to be craving food. And I ain't talking to just y'all, I'm talking to me too. I be craving shit. Real talk. It's the nature of what we feed ourselves. It's the nature of the validation and how often we get it. So within your mind and in your heart, you need to start planting seeds and nurturing those seeds and growing your own food source within yourself. And you can't do it purely on your own, but you're going to be the one mostly responsible for it. And that's okay, because that's true for all of us. That's the journey that I've been on. It's not easy, but it's very worthwhile. And the more you do that, the less you have to worry about what other people think, because you value yourself based on more than just the opinions of others and getting cheap opinions and validation from others. I'm going to talk more about this in the next video.